Fletcher with his backhand might be the one that wants to keep it to stand up.
Yeah, it would seem that way. With a boxing and a Muay Thai background, I would have felt that maybe standing up, you know, his stand-up game may be better than Steve's.
But there again, we talk about Steve's background. Mark Weir started in the stand-up game, very famous in Taekwondo before he went to mixed martial arts. So I've got a feeling that, you know, Steve Cunningham might be the all-round package in this debut fight.
Both guys look very ready. Grant having to push them back. Here we go.
Always difficult to open such a big show. Good low kick there from Steve Cunningham.
Steve searching for his range. He attempts to take down Malcolm, a single leg. He's holding on to that single leg.
And as expected, as we thought, Danny obviously setting out his stall, preferred him to stay upright. He sprawled there. He didn't want to go down, did he?
He worked well there. He kept a good defence against a single leg takedown. As you can see, he's working well against the side of the cage, using his palm to set in a couple of strikes. Steve looking to tie up, but also looks very comfortable.
Now, when they're against the cage and they feel those bars against their back, what is those feelings? Good takedown, having said that, what are those feelings when you're against the bars like that and you're pressed hard into them?
From the moment you're pressed against those bars, it's a very uncomfortable feeling. Sorry, Malcolm. If we just look at Danny Fletcher working now, he's working well. He's worked his leg into a good position. He's got Steve's arm tied up, his left arm. As you can see, he's holding a very good position to strike for ground and pound. He slides his knee across. Works for an armbar, Malcolm. We could see an early finish. It's an early finish, I think, Malcolm.
Yes, he's really straining to get it on.
Has he got the armbar? I can see him sinking it in. Steve's doing well to turn himself and keep himself turned.
This is a surprise because we felt that Danny would like to keep it upright, but already, immediately...
Hold up, we see Danny's pointing to his shoulder. He's not sure of his shoulder.
Is he worried about his opponent then?
I think so. I think he's
tapped. He's tapped anyway.
Steve Cunningham taps from an armbar. Danny Fletcher. Very, very quick fight, that one, Malcolm.
And what a sportsman. He was looking at Mark Weir saying, I think there's something wrong with your boy's shoulder. I think he should, if he hasn't tapped, he should have. I think he was worried that Steve hadn't tapped.
Well, it seemed that it was well on. I mean, even from this point, Malcolm, I looked at, I felt a bit worried for Steve there. It looked like it was well and truly on. His arm was folded well back. Good agility.
Right, our referee, Grant Waterman, confirms here, when Danny stops and looks there, he's convinced he's broken the arm. He's told Mark Weir and the ref, I think I've broken his arm. Grant then says to him, no, he hasn't tapped. Danny reapplies the pressure, then Steve tapped. Very bizarre. But again, in his first fight, when you think to want to win at all costs, he's actually said, help, he's pointing now at, I think I've broken his arm. And the fact was he hadn't. When the ref comes down, he asked Steve Cunningham, he says, no. He lets him put the lock back on, and Cunningham immediately taps. Incredible.
Good agility from Steve Cunningham to be able to turn his body and keep his body turned at that angle in his arm. Malcolm, as we can see there, it's both right back and he's...
I just find it very incredible that a man in his first fight, desperate to win, actually looks to the referee and says, hey ref, stop it, I think his arm's broken. When he confirms with the opponent it's not, then he puts it straight back on. Incredible sportsmanship.
Definitely.